Hi Sagittarius, it's me Lauren with the Untitled Tarot. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if it's your first time here. Have a seat. Not here, but somewhere. Sit down, stay a while. We're normally in the basement, but we've moved ourselves up, rising like phoenixes. It's just a little more comfortable up here, honestly. And I've actually laid out your spread today beforehand, which isn't something I normally do, but I'm mixing it up because I'm Bobby Brown right now and it's my prerogative when it comes to this channel, you know? So I have actually pulled a boatload of cards for you, Sagittarius, which was a little unexpected, but I feel like your message is somewhat straightforward, even though you guys felt very quiet. It's a little unlike you, but I used the Everyday Witches Tarot, and I also pulled a few oracle cards from the Moon Oracle, the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. There's all the names are just out of control. Okay, moving on. So Sagittarius, right out the gate, you got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, followed up by the Hangman. Huh? What's that about, right? Showing up not in your own suit and in reverse, and with the Hangman. Immediately following that, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse, following the Six of Cups, which I thought was a very interesting energy, and it actually took me a minute to kind of work through it. And what I realized that you're doing, Sagittarius, is you're playing it pretty close to the chest. So I could see here with the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Six of Cups upright that there is some kind of wish fulfillment that you had, right? And it feels as though it either it did not happen, or it just like hasn't come in for you yet, kind of thing. I think that is happening to a lot of people. The current conditions of the world are sort of putting everybody's plans a little bit on halt. So with this king, interesting. Maybe you're trying to bring in some of your masculine energy. But with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I don't see that as you being unstable or out of control because this wish fulfillment has not happened for you. What I actually see is you kind of reflecting that energy while you're sitting in this Hangman position, kind of like it doesn't feel like it's not that you don't want to stay or go, or you don't want to make a move in a direction. It literally feels like you can't for some reason, like forces outside of your control. And with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, what I feel like you're doing is actually just kind of turning that energy back in and trying to focus a little bit on yourself, right? Which is good. That's what we want to do. It's a little bit of like a keep busy energy. And I'm seeing the Six of Cups. That's a lot about, like family. It could be a marriage card. Some people call it twin flame card, whatever. But it's, it's about home. It's about soulmates, right? Soulmates aren't just romantic partners. They can be, absolutely, but it's also friends, it's family, it's people that we meet along our way, it's part of our soul tribe. And so I see you really it doesn't feel like this wish fulfillment is lost. It just feels like it's almost on hold or something like that. It's something like that. And so you're almost just trying to keep busy by just kind of focusing that energy back into yourself. It almost is like a self-soothing tactic. Like, I'm going to do these things that make me feel good. I'm going to do these things that make me feel better, that make me feel more stable, because I don't really have my footing in this other situation. So I'm just kind of going to pour into my own cup a little bit to kind of self-soothe, which I think is a really good tactic. And in that, next out, you have the Strength card. Right? We love that. Leo energy. Beautiful. And then we have the Devil in reverse. So this is you, like, while you're biding your time, being like, I don't really want to, like, mess up my chance. Like, this was fulfillment isn't in yet. I could still maybe get it. I could still maybe make it work for myself. I got to be strong. Like, I got to be calm. I'm hearing that Desiree song. You got to be bad. You got to be bold. It's kind of this. You're like, I'm not going to create any problems for myself. I'm not trying to stir up any trouble. I'm just gonna hold tight. I'm gonna hold the fort down, like hold space. If you're really following in to everything that's happening collectively, a lot of what lightworkers are supposed to be doing right now is really kind of holding space for the collective while they work through their death and rebirth process. So you could very existentially be doing just that, and this could have absolutely nothing to do with like a relationship or a job or something like this. This could be maybe like advancements in your abilities or your skills or whatever. But with this King of Swords you have out next, it's showing that you are trying to be like very, very logical about it, right? You have Strength, the Devil in reverse, and then the King of Swords. So you really are not trying to do anything. It's almost like you don't want to get frustrated in that stagnant energy and stir up trouble for yourself. So you're trying to be very, very logical in what you're doing right now, which I think is the right way to be. I think that's correct. And then you have the 6 and the 7 of Pentacles out next in reverse, which usually is like a bad look, right? But when I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, what I'm seeing is like, I'm getting the sense that if this is like an interpersonal relationship or something like that, or if it's a job, like it got put on hold or like possibly like taken off the table temporarily because of everything that's going on, or if it's like a relationship, maybe like you felt like somebody was maybe like pulling away from you, or there was a sense that something like wasn't right, that like this 9 of Cups is in reverse, that like that 10th cup, like it wasn't there yet, it wasn't ready yet, like there was something that was going on with whatever it was that you were working on. So with all this strength, it's almost like, all right, I'm just gonna focus on myself, like I'm gonna be strong, like I'm not gonna do anything stupid, like I'm gonna make smart choices. With this King of Swords, with the 6 of Pentacles, you're like, I'm not gonna give too much to the situation, I'm not gonna like overextend myself. And with this 7 of Pentacles, I almost get this like, and I'm not gonna count on it either kind of energy, which is mixed. I don't love it. I don't love the like, I'm not gonna count on it energy, just because it's a little self-defeating, right? I think maybe more of I'm not gonna get my hopes up too high is more of like a better, like realistic, like hopefully, like realistically hopeful, right? We don't want to like not count on it, because we don't want to have like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You know, like our thoughts are things, our manifestations, when you're like, the universe is like, But following out, you have the Star, my loves. The Star. So this is a little wish, right? It's almost like you're not counting on it, but like you're wishing for it, right? But that's true. Like you don't count stars, you wish on them. Because High Priestess, it looks like there's something about this with your intuition that is telling you that this is for you. That like if you just bide your time and you just like play it cool, like you will get this. I mean, the cards that are upright, the High Priestess of Start, 6 of Cups is upright. You know what I mean? And with this 9 of Cups in reverse, sometimes it could be a little bit of a smug energy. I am getting a little bit of like a, like what was me? Like a little bit of that. So like, and you know, listen, I've lived in that neighborhood for years on end. So like, don't even worry about it. Like it's okay. But you want to watch that, right? We want to watch. That's like that little bit of that self-defeating. Like I can't count on it. Like it didn't come in yet. Like I don't want to wait. Like. I think that's why you're coming in as this King of Swords, like trying to be like very logical. It's almost like, you know, you're like, I'm not gonna start popping off with my bullshit right now, because I know what happens. I know what happens when I go down that road. I start creating problems for myself. You're like, nope, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna shut my mouth and I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for something to happen. So I asked, I was like, so what are they waiting to happen? And you got out the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune! You got the Page of Pentacles, and you got the 2 of Wands, baby. You're waiting for something good to happen. You're waiting for the chance to kind of see this come a little bit in fruition. Take that first little baby step down this path. Because like I said, with your intuition, it is not only your wish with the Star, but your intuition is telling you, up connected to the 6 of Cups, that it is like fulfillment for you too. It is soul family, right? And having on this path with your soul family, having like different creative options, different outlets for your passion, right? It's a different kind of excitement and passion and exchange when you're spending time with people that are really part of your soul tribe, and not people that you're just like friends of convenience, right? It's like a different energy that flows. And this is you, like, you know it's gonna happen, so you're just trying not to screw it up in the meantime, and I respect that. I respect that, Sagittarius. That is something that I would do, just like, what's that story? What's it? Is it Odysseus with like the sirens, and they have to go past the sirens, so he has the people on his ship like tie him to one of the masts on the ship, right? And like plug his ears up and stuff so he can't hear them singing. And he's like, no matter what I do, no matter how hard I beg, don't untie me from this thing, because he'll just like fuck up the whole thing. That's you. You're just like, nope, I'm gonna hold strong. I'm gonna hold strong. And then I pulled some of these oracle cards, And I got protection. I got hunger. And I got fear. And I got beauty, right? So I'm looking at all of these cards, like, this is you. It's like you have your wish, you have your intuition, you have your good luck. It's like it's like all of this stuff is here for you. It's just, there's this block in the middle where it's like on pause, where you can't do anything about it yet. But because of this, and that's, I feel like, giving you maybe a little bit of anxiety, right? It can make you feel a little bit of like the woe is me, like, oh no, it's not gonna come in, like, okay, well, I'm not counting on it anyway, like, I don't care, like, yes you do, like, yes you do, and it's okay. It's cool to give a shit. It's not cool to not give a shit all the time. Like, I don't know when that became like en vogue to just like not give a shit, but it's like okay to give a shit, Sag. It's okay. We love you, Sag. Don't be afraid, right? Don't be afraid. It's okay to care. It is okay to care. To get your hopes up a little bit. They get let down, but like at least you have hopes, right? That's a lot more than some people have, right? And it's like, it's almost like with this protection, I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the high priestess card, and it's almost like she's nurturing it. It's like a little fire, like, that she's trying to just like build and like keep alive, right? It's just like a little spark. It's like you being like a little bit afraid and like almost being afraid to like put the cart before the horse or like do anything to like mess this up or make it take longer to get to you, right? But really wanting to protect it because it's something that is very new for you. It can also be something that's very precious, right? Soul family is super precious. Of course it is. Because it fills an emotional need for you. There is a hunger inside of you, right? It's like this like, oh, hey. It's like this lady's like this little egg, right? And then in here, fear hiding inside this little gold egg, howling at the moon, this big gold, you know what I mean? It's like, it's building, Sagittarius. And I think it's, there's almost something that as it builds and as it grows, I think it freaks you out a little bit that you care or are invested more than maybe you realized in this situation. And that's freaking you out a little bit. So it's almost making you want to kind of come back in on yourself, like that Queen of Pentacles energy that we were talking about before, like turning it all back into yourself, which is good and healthy. You know what I mean? Like always pour into your own cup first. You can't have people drink from an empty cup. Like that's not how it works. Like you come first, put on your own air mask before you go try and save anyone else. It's like you coming back in. It's like also like this protection energy. Like you're trying to protect yourself a little bit, maybe. Like protect your energy. That could come in like that Nine of Cups, like a little bit of that. That's mine. It's just like pride, you know what I mean? Like ego. Like we all have ego. Like you need your ego to survive, but you never want to be like so, pride comes before the fall, right? So you never want to, it's cool to care, Sagittarius. It's cool to care. And you don't know why? Because with all this intuition and the Wheel of Fortune and the star and everything, you know that there's real beauty in this for you. There's always beauty in soul family. Absolutely. And you got the Four of Wands with it, right? You know that there can be harmony here and happiness and joy and camaraderie. And it scares the shit out of you. And something about it, like, I think you were like dealing with it. You were like, okay. And then maybe there was like a little hiccup in it. And then you were like, oh shit, like I'm not going down like this. Abort mission, right? But you know, Saggy, it's okay. It's okay. And so the next out, you got the Knight of Pentacles. And I was like, oh, here it is. Well, there it is. And then you got the Five of Cups on its side. So I think that whatever the other party is, whether it's a job or a person or your local candlestick maker, I don't know. This feels very much like a message. Like somebody is coming in to talk to you, because I asked specifically, I was like, is Sagittarius going to talk to someone? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay. About kind of feeling a little bit concerned. I don't know if somebody like purposefully halted something with you, or maybe they just like retracted their energy a little bit, or things just got crazy with the state of the world, but somebody kind of trying to bring in, you know, it's a pentacle. He's bringing in almost like a gift, a token of love, affection, invitation, like an explanation, something about like wondering if they kind of spilled these cups. You know what I mean? Like, did I spill all the cups? Is there still some wine left in them for me? Maybe I know it's gone, but like I'm flying back in now. Like I brought you a souvenir. And meanwhile, if you're sitting over here, Nine of Pentacles, you're like, I'm cool. And I love the way these sit on my table, because it's literally like he's like, somebody's coming in to give you a message and you're just sitting here like not even looking up from your book, like super unbothered as it gets. You'd think you were a Libra in here, you know. And it's interesting to me because it's the Nine of Pentacles and you started out as the Queen of Pentacles. What's the difference between the Nine of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles? A king. So when this person, ooh, my nose is itchy, that might be so it's like when this person retracted their energy, there was a little hiccup, or it just became very evident that you were gonna have to like bide your time a little bit. It's like you purposefully, almost as a means of kind of saving your sanity, I feel like demoted yourself from the Queen of Pentacles back down to the Nine of Pentacles. Because this is also like a pre-Empress card, right? She is stable. She's as stable as you get. The only thing that she doesn't have is like a partner in crime, right? That's it. So when that partner in crime, like kind of bloop, 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 like whatever happened here, she was like, that's fine. I'm gonna have a glass of wine. I'm gonna read my book. I'm gonna pick some fruit off my tree. Like, I am good. I'm all right. Like, turning that back in, that reinvestment, right? And it could be a little bit like a energy, that Nine of Cups in reverse. So like, we want to watch that. We want to watch like the two, you know, but also like being very secure in yourself, you know. There's her little black hat. The black hat, that intuition, because it's like, you know, if you just sit back and you just bide your time and you just don't create any issues, you know, Saggy. And then I said, and I love it because it's like they're coming in to talk to you and you're like, I'm good, like I'm fine. Like, next up, Three of Wands. This is my like, stay focused, you're almost there. And you're like, I can't even see you. Like, focus on what? I'm reading my book. Like, so sassy, Sagittarius. But in reality, you got the Six of Swords. You're not fooling anyone. You're trying to be like all sneaky. That's what this is. This is you trying to be sneaky, like, oh, like, I don't, you know, it's fine. I didn't even notice that you were gone. I was so wrapped up in this book. I did not even notice your absence. Like, absolutely not. Full of it, Sag. Full of it. Absolutely. Because look at this. Eight of Cups in reverse. There are no other options for you. You know what you want. You know where your heart lies. You've just been biding your time, and that's okay. And it can be a little annoying. I get it. But you're not fooling anyone. Not even this Knight of Pentacles, and especially not me. But I get it. Because it's very interesting because you started out as a queen, and then you purposefully, it feels like, demoted yourself to the Nine of Pentacles, which feels like a better energy for you anyway, considering where that was. And then they're coming in as a knight because originally they were a failed king. I don't want to say a failed king, but, you know, a King of Pentacles invests. He invests. In reverse, this is not somebody who invests. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they did it for, like, nefarious reasons. Like, something literally could have came up. Like, coronavirus. Like, there's 1,001 things that could have happened. You know what I mean? This is a very general reading. If you want to get more specific, like, we could do personal, but this is not somebody who, like, was investing in the way that you anticipated them investing, right? And so that's why you kind of just, and it didn't have to be, like, a huge blowout. It could have just been somebody you were talking to and you just naturally felt them attracting. Oh, my God, my nose is so itchy. I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. It usually means I'm, like, hitting the nail on the head, but it's annoying. But, that made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, but, so you've just, like, reinvested back into yourself, more or less, because this wasn't originally something that this person didn't invest in you. But you know what time it is, Saggy, like, stop it. And they're coming in, like, is it all over, or, you know, and not for nothing, but that's also totally your choice. Keep in mind, like, this is somebody that wasn't able or willing to invest. So when this person comes in and they want to have this conversation with you and you're sitting here reading your book and you're just like, that's cool, but I just want you to think. Like, really listen to what they have to say to you and take that into consideration of why they couldn't invest. Was it, like, extenuating circumstances that were out of their control? Was it just like, oh, I needed more time to think about it, I need more time to myself, we need more time to let things go organically, or let the situation smooth itself out so we could start this project, this job, like, whatever it is? Or is it just because you'll know, Saggy. High Priestess. You're very intuitive. But I think if you've been chilling out for this long, being logical, biding your time. It makes me feel like you know that this wasn't like a malicious energy withdrawal, that it was something outside of that. Because, I mean, this Knight of Pentacles, he's like a real nice guy. Like, he isn't like my play a night, right? So I think you know that, and I think that's why you might be trying to be a little like, like hard to get, like, oh, I didn't even notice you were gone, singing my Knight of Pentacles. But I think because you waited, because you saw and you know that this is kind of the real deal for you, and that's why you're doing that. And so I got a little advice from you, or for you. If you guys would like to give me some advice, I'll take it. Fuck it. I'm here all day. My quarantine too. You got, from Spirit, you got resilience, right? Look at me. I'm just like super casual back here. I'm like, what's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the upstairs of my house. You have resilience, sovereignty. Yes, yes. You got darkness, change, and you got balance. Look at these. Beautiful. This was your general advice as a Spirit, just reminding you that regardless of what happens, you're resilient as hell. You can lean with it, rock with it all day with the best of them. So, and you are intuitive. Trust your instincts. You know when to pull back a little bit. You know when to steam forward a little bit. You have no problem doing that. You can carry a load. You can walk up a mountain. You could peek through a valley. You could do whatever you want, Sagittarius. You're unstoppable. You are resilient. Sovereignty. 9 of Pentacles. This you, baby, all day. King or no king. You're a queen. You surpass him. It doesn't matter, right? You're good on your own. You can make yourself happy. You can make yourself fulfilled. You can occupy your time just fine. Just fine in the meantime. It doesn't mean that you don't want these other people in it or participate, but just remind yourself of that in case you get a little anxious, a little squirrely waiting around. Just remind yourself, like, you got it. You're sovereign in your own power, right? You don't need the light to see what you're doing. This is very much of like the hangman energy, right? It's like a bat, like seeing in the dark. You can see in the dark because you're the high priestess. Get out of town. Shut the front door. And there's a lot of changes that are happening, unexpected changes all the time to situations, especially right now. It's like the most influx any of us have seen, probably in most of our lifetime. But if you can find balance in that, right? Find balance in the change, then you're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be just fine, Saggy. And just in case you were wondering, the bottom of your Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, the bottom energy is number 44, attraction. So I would say that it's safe to say that there is a mutual attraction here, in case you were wondering. I also am being called to remind you that you attract to you what is like you. So keep that heart chakra open. Try and, you know, keep the mood elevated if possible, you know. Keep it fun, keep it fresh, Saggy. That way, it comes in nice and fun and fresh for you too. And it's 44, that's a mirroring energy. So that could also be a note that there could have been something in the other party's environment that was requiring them to kind of retract and be a little bit logical and put down some temptations and really kind of rethink before coming back in. So there could be a little mirroring for both your ends. So something to be mindful of. And the overall energy on the bottom of the Witch's Tarot deck was the 5 of Wands in reverse. So that's also wanting to put down conflict, like not wanting to have any issues. I'm hearing like bridge the gap. So it seems like you guys are doing pretty good. It seems like you got it more or less handled, but in case you need a little reminder, you got this, Sag. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm real proud of you. You're doing a lot better than a lot of the other signs. Just saying. But thank you guys so much for letting me do this for you. I love these. These are so fun for me. They really are. I'm like just tickled pink to be doing these every day. Like, I love it. It's so fun to connect with your energy. So I hope that you really enjoyed them. And if you want to talk to me, do so in the comments. All my information's in the description box. If you want to subscribe, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.